Morning, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I sadly discovered that sorry about the mess, it's a construction zone. Sadly discovered that my battery bank was down to 6.5 volts this morning. So I think the Harbor Freight panels that I attached probably do not have a diode on them, and they're draining my batteries through the charge controller, which I would not expect at night. That's my guess. So today or tonight I'm going to disconnect those panels. And actually I'm going to disconnect all panels tonight and see what happens. I've got the battery charger running at 20 amps and I've set it for 2 hours. So hopefully I can get these batteries back in shape, not lose them. I got the generator running, so what I did is put a power strip here so I can run the air compressor and the generator, and the charger and lights and whatever needed as I work today. It's dark and dreary out, so there's not much light in here. This will give you a better look at the paneling I did so far. I think it looks nice. I'm really liking the color and the wood grain. I really think it looks good, and I'm very pleased with how this is turning out. So there's my living room paneling so far. I think I'm just going to finish this entire wall today. I mean, why not? I'm at the point now where I'm just finishing the living room anyway. Later I'll install blocking up in here to reinforce the floor. I figured I can do that afterwards. I was going to do it before, but I realized I can go buy wood later and I can pop them in there. They'll still go in there, no problem. And getting a screw in is not going to be a problem either. So I decided to go with what I've got. I got plenty of wood on hand, the old lumber. And I don't want to use it for structural stuff because you have points like this where it is dry rotted in places, so I wouldn't trust it for structure. But that just adds to the character of the wood, I think, in the paneling of the house. So you've got the different wood grains, you've got the different darkening of the wood based on where it was exposed and how long it was exposed to the elements. Different saw marks. I like it. It's a rough cut, rustic look, and that's what I wanted for my tiny house on wheels. And the salmon colored paper works perfectly behind the salmon colored wood. I do believe this is a very unique house. I don't think anybody ever has had salmon colored paneling. This is because this wood was sitting so long out in nature, exposed, I think is why it turned this color. But I like it. So I'm just going to start cutting some more wood up. Well, it certainly has character and colors. Tell me what you think, guys. By the end of the day I should have this entirely done. By the time you see this it'll be done. But my camera's having a hard time in this darker room. Tell me what you think. There's the wall. Different colors of wood. Same batch of wood with different colors. I think it makes it look neat. But tell me what you all think. All is quiet at the off-grid homestead. Got a few more rows of paneling on. It takes a little bit of time because I'm cutting it all by hand myself on the table saw, and I'm sorting out the wood, choosing the best pieces of wood, and I have to take out the termite infested parts and the ant infested parts and choose the best pieces for the tiny house. But I like it. I like it a lot. Now that I'm getting up here, the more I have on here, the more I like it. It really looks nice in here. I am very satisfied and very happy with it. I love the color, I love the patterns, and the texture. I love it. I think this is going to be an amazing house. So I'm just under halfway done with this one wall. It's a lot of wood. It's a lot of cutting and a lot of pieces. I thought I would get the entire living room done today, but it is taking a little bit longer than I had thought to shave down this wood and prepare it. I still have, after lunch, I'll have about 5 hours left of daylight, so I'll see how it goes. I might get a fair share of work done in here. But no matter what, at the least, I'll have the living room done. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't believe it. Notice the staggered patterns? People should be happy with me there. I started out doing little chunks as well, but it's just too much work. Cutting little tiny pieces and trying to fit them in. So I ended up going with just a staggered pattern in the middle. And I think it looks alright like that. I think it's going to be alright. That's how I'm going to stick with it. And continue with that pattern. I think it's good. Got quite the wood shop out here. Sawdust galore. I'm collecting bags of it. All the ends, I'll probably figure a project for that later. Might use it for the cabinet making. It's nice looking. It's getting dark and my batteries are shot, so there's nothing I can do. The batteries, one of them got overheated and wasn't taking any current, so I don't know what happened and why. But here's the wall so far. I can't believe how amazing it looks, how pretty it is. It's really, is my camera zoomed? Yeah, a little bit. It's really awesome. Now, you wouldn't believe, but I just did a measurement here, and it was 23¼ inches on both sides, precisely from the floor to the wood. Precisely, it came out. I can't believe it. I never did any measurements from the top down. I just was installing wood. And just decided to try measuring, and sure enough, down here, same 23¼ 23¼ I can't believe it. Well, I got enough daylight left to do one more round, so I'm gonna get to it. Well, I didn't get any more done inside, but thankfully so. I realized down here I'm gonna have the bench with the battery bank. So down here I'm not going to want to go much further. I have to go and measure my RV bench and see how I want to measure, or how I want to build this up. So I'm going to stop right there for now. That's it. That is then the back living room wall finished for now. Totally done, because I'll probably put OSB down there. There's no point in putting really pretty paneling behind something that's going to be hidden forever, like inside the battery bench. And that's it. I'll measure it and figure that out later. So tomorrow I'll come out here and I'll finish up this wall here all the way to the load-bearing beam, which is not really a load-bearing beam, but that's what it's going to look like. My decorative beam. That's the living room is going to extend all the way through here. So I'll finish the radiant foil up to there. Also, while I'm at it, I'm going to insulate those 3 sections, because when I do the radiant foil there's no point in cutting it, so I'll just extend all the way to the roof up there. So that'll be a little bit longer work. That might even take me the better part of tomorrow, because I'm cutting my own wood and my own furring strips for everything, so it takes longer. Here, all I gotta do is put on this piece here of the radiant foil, work around the window. Doesn't sound like much, but it takes time. It all takes time measuring and cutting, because I am making my own furring strips as I go. So that all takes time. Now, what I accomplished out here, I managed to cut a whole mess more boards for paneling. See, that's about the thickness of a 2x4, and I've got 6 pieces of paneling. So it really works out. Actually, you can see the 2 boards right there. I've got 3 each. A 1.5, yeah, 1.5 inch thickness. Yeah, I've got 3. I get 3 3-inch boards per 2x4, plus I get 2 end pieces, which I've got down here. I've got some really nice green in that one right there. See the long, what do you call it, knot, or the vein in the middle. I like that. I want to use that one. So that's it for tonight. It's getting too dark, and I shut everything down, and I'll go in and work on videos tonight. So that's it from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project and that tiny house on wheels.